A judicial review has found that the government's benefit cap policy is unfair and should be reformed. This is good news. Justice Collins concluded that the benefit cap does in fact discriminate against single parents with children 2 or younger. So what does this mean for single parents? Well, in 2012, the government introduced the benefit cap, which limits the amount of financial support those who aren't in work can receive. This cap was tightened even further in 2016. The cap is supposed to make the system fairer and encourage people to get into work. And we at Gingerbread know just how important work is for single parents. Our programme supports single parents into jobs that fit with their caring responsibilities. But while 2/3 of single parents are already in employment, sometimes that's inappropriate or even impossible. Take one recently separated single mother who had to give up her job due to childcare costs. She and her 2-year-old son were forced to move into temporary accommodation. So while living costs continued to rise, her financial support was stripped away, leaving her and her toddler trapped. That's just one example Gingerbread raised when we submitted evidence to the case brought against the policy. We know that the benefit cap disproportionately affects single parents, who make up 3/4 of affected households. Of those single parent families, half have children who are 2 or younger. Now, the government doesn't expect single parents of toddlers or babies to be working, nor does it support them. Free childcare for low-income families only starts when a child reaches 2, for example, and yet there was no benefit cap exemption for them. This means that single parents with the youngest children were being penalised for being unable to find work when they and their children were at their most vulnerable. While around 60% of coupled families were able to find work and escape the cap, only 1/3 of single parents with children 2 or under were able to. The rest simply had their support stripped away when they needed it the most, putting them and their children at serious risk of poverty and even homelessness. The government argued that this policy would push people into jobs, but for the most vulnerable single parents, it's more likely to push them onto the streets.